Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. You believe we're in the middle of April already?
Yeah, get those taxes paid, y'all.
Yeah, although tomorrow is April 15th, so obviously, since it falls on Saturday, you have till Monday.
Yeah,
and
till
then
Tuesday.
They pushed it back another day to Tuesday for some reason.
Something?
Wow, that was so generous of them. So generous to wait for my tens of thousands of dollars until Tuesday. God, I just
Wait.
hate these people.
Wait until it's taken from your account. You're not saying wait until they're going to send you tens of thousands of dollars.
No, I'm sending them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Ugh.
I hate them.
Me too.
They just hate their guts.
I do too. And I hope they know
But
it.
I mean that in a loving way.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
I freaking hate them. I hate them, and I hate the
my
FBI.
hate in a red hot, really loving sort of way.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're kinder than me. I won't even give them that. Screw them.
Maybe we should talk about who gets to pay the most at the end of the year after paying into it all year long. Then how much at the end of the year do you also get to pay? So that's fun. That's just
Good times.
fun. Like the liberal girl screamed in her car when she was so upset that RBG died. How dare she? You know,
Right.
before a Democrat president was in office. Fun. Not exactly what she said, but that's what we've made out of it. Let's see. You can find us on all kinds of social media locations if you're looking and you're looking for something to while away the time. YouTube.com/Pat Gray. It's a good place to go. Got all kinds of shorts and fun for you there. Plus the show shows up there. Rumble.com/Pat Gray Unleashed. Instagram.com/Pat Unleashed. You notice you don't have to put the gray in that one. Facebook.com/Pat Unleashed.
Yeah, it's an easy way to share the show with your friends that may not be familiar. Just the YouTube link. It posts every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Awesome.
YouTube.com/what is it, Pat Gray?
Yes. YouTube.com/Pat Gray is exactly what it is. Big story, I guess, would be the FBI leaker being arrested. Member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard. Just 21 years old. Jack Teixeira.
So he's already guilty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he has to prove his innocence.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Because he's from the right. He's got to prove his innocence. I mean,
And this was the leak of the weapons movements and stuff like that.
Yeah, we found out a bunch of interesting things.
Yes,
Isn't
we
that
did.
where that's where we found out, I believe, about the special forces being deployed to Ukraine as well. Because they lied to us over and over and over and over about that. And then the document came out, and it's like, wait, there's special forces that have been deployed to Ukraine.
Oh, we don't even know.
Just a few, though, not that many. Okay, UK has more. United Kingdom has more.
In the beginning, they were like, we don't even know if this is true. These documents are true. We have to look into that.
I'll tell you
single time.
What's probably not true. What's probably not true is this kid's involvement in this whole thing. This stinks to high heaven. It doesn't feel real at all. A 21-year-old having access to this kind of high level.
Supposedly he had the highest level clearance.
A national guardsman
at 21.
21 years of age.
Why? How?
Who hangs out on a Discord channel.
Yeah, that was my question.
Anything sounds like, and I love. There's so many people who have pushed this idea forward that. Wow, how convenient. Just as they're trying to pass the Restrict Act, which of course is the Patriot Act 2.0. Look, we got to keep this kind of stuff safe and secure, so we're going to need access to places like Discord.
It is interesting,
isn't it, though?
Has anyone seen an explanation as to why and how this 21-year-old Air National Guardsman had the highest level security
I'm sure
clearance?
all of that will come out during the trial.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get all that information.
Sure, I'm sure.
Look, rule number one, as I've said before, that I teach my kids, never trust the government, question it. And that applies to this right here, 100%.
Sure does.
Do you believe them when they talk about fill in the blank? Why am I going to start believing them now on this?
On this, yeah.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. And plus, this kid was he sitting on his back patio reading a book when they showed up
at his mom's house?
Acting like he was on the line, like he knew because we said yesterday, 24 hours ago, we knew his online handle from the Discord channel, so he knew if he was guilty, he would know that, oh my gosh, they're coming after me here, and yet he's just hanging out at his mom. Come on, stop it.
And one of his claims to fame is that he's the leader of a video gamer group. That's how he got his security clearance, because you want to give access to the video gamers.
It's very possible that is how.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's been in the Air National Guard for 4 years, so since he was 17, maybe, unless he's about to turn 22 and he was in there since 18. Who knows? But it's just a really bizarre. How do you rise to the highest level security clearance at 21 from the Air National Guard? Very strange story.
Stinks, man.
Is he the guilty person that
that dropped the documents in
Ireland?
Yes.
All the top secret documents on the street in Ireland. Is he the one responsible for that as well? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's the OG then.
What an interesting day for that to happen as well.
Isn't it, though?
Where all the information of the travel plans of Joe Biden just were on the street. And I mean, whatever.
What,
man.
like that doesn't happen all the time?
Right.
Well, they actually wasn't Obama's travel plans? Was that New York City? Where was that? A long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That? They showed up in a garbage can or something?
I do remember Obama's beast getting high-centered.
Yeah.
Remember that? They got high-centered on a...
Couldn't make the curb turn, yeah.
So I think they had to have a wrecker pull it out or whatever.
I mean,
you remember
obviously,
that? Yeah. Speaking of the Obama years, I was watching an interesting documentary. I'm going to have to ask Glenn about this because I don't know if I can talk about it. Dang it! Just hit me now. Wait a minute.
I was just going to say, I don't know that we're supposed to talk about that.
So, Glenn, if you're listening, I need you to come in here for a minute.
So he's in a documentary.
There's a couple of brief Glenn clips in this documentary called American Manhunt. It's about the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah.
And Glenn's got a few things to say, and of course he's not cast in a lovely light.
Wait, what?
Yeah, isn't that surprising? And there's a reason for that, and I don't know if I can even bring up the person involved. But because that person had nothing to do with anything that ever involved.
Oh, it says that in the documentary, right?
It does say it, yeah.
Okay, all right,
they thought
good.
maybe he was connected, but no, come on now.
Okay,
stop.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. You know what that is Islamophobia.
Yes, thank you.
That's what it is.
Thank you.
But we don't want to talk about it.
But we don't want to talk about it.
That. I mean, come on now.
And by the way, in the presentation of this documentary is a lot of talk of Islamophobia because Americans are so hateful and we attack everybody for no apparent reason. And some people have said that there are terrorists who've been Muslim. How dare they? How dare they say that? Hateful hate mongers in this country.
Can we fact check that?
Yeah, check on that because I know some have said it, but only on the right. Lefties don't say that. Only right-wing kooks make the mistaken observation that most terrorists have been, members of Islam.
See, this is why we probably shouldn't talk about it.
Yes, that is why we shouldn't.
That's
But I didn't mention the specific person anyway.
It's a documentary. It's out there. The world it's available to the world is what we're talking about.
It's available to the world. And here's another interesting thing. Do you remember we were doing Pat and Stu at the time? And it was I don't know, a week or so after they started showing some of the photographs and the videos. And you saw the guy walking on the roof.
Yes.
Remember that? And
we were making fun of the Bigfoot.
Yes. They used our line.
No.
What the Sasquatch?
That's from us.
Yes.
That's from us.
I know we were the first to make that observation.
100%.
They used the Sasquatch line on the same guy walking the same way on that clip.
Wow.
Incredible. Yeah.
Egregious.
How many people have been stealing from us? They're robbed us blind.
Forever, I know.
Man.
But listen, we don't need to talk about
But
this.
listen, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll wait for an okay from Glenn on that. 888-900-3393. So this guy has been put away, and so the world again is safe for democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine now because this incredible traitor,
21-year-old.
Yeah, the 21-year-old
Jack Teixeira.
off the streets. Thank goodness, because wow, that was a close one. That was a close one. I thought all our secrets were going to be revealed by this 21-year-old.
I've been hearing a lot of stories about the FBI and local police forces going to the wrong houses when they have arrest warrants to.
What?
No. So they actually went to the right house and got the right guy, right?
So hold on a second.
That actually happened? Okay.
Yes.
So this is the same FBI that arrested this kid that has been ignoring the whistleblower from the Obama White House who has been going to the FBI repeatedly to say, hey, Joe Biden's a criminal, and here's the proof. I was the stenographer there in the Obama White House, and the FBI has refused to even talk to him. They're good at their job, right?
They're really good.
The FBI.
That's because they know where their bread is buttered, and so they don't want to go. They don't want to go after anybody who's buttering their bread.
No, well,
right? The 21-year-old is not buttering their bread.
I see. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is.
Not necessarily opposed to that, to be honest with you.
Because it's edible?
Kind of for people who butter my bread, but, that's just me.
Yeah.
They did arrest, they did actually sentence the one former U.S. Capitol police officer on the January 6th case.
Thank goodness, because there's another criminal that was trying to destroy our nation.
Thank you. Michael Riley has since retired. He worked for the Capitol Police for 25 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was sentenced. Well, before I tell you his sentencing, he told someone that he knew on Facebook. He traded Facebook messages with a man, and he advised that man to remove posts on his Facebook page.
Bastard. Traitor.
About being inside the U.S. Capitol on January 6th due to ongoing investigations.
Bastard, traitor, treason person.
Noting that he was looking out for someone who agreed with his political views.
Wow. So has he been given the death penalty, I hope?
So this guy...
Are we going to kill him? We should kill him twice. We should kill him dead and then put him back in the chair and kill him again. He told somebody to delete something from the internet?
So he knew how ridiculous these investigations were going, and so he said, bro, they're going to come after you if you have this posted, so I would delete it. And now he's...
That's correct.
Getting thrown in the pokey for it?
Well, I mean, they wanted to put him in jail for 27 months.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 27 years. I would have been getting off almost scot-free.
Yeah, especially if the Pat Gray punishment scale were in operation.
Right. They let him off with probation and 120 days home confinement.
Probation.
120 days
and 120 days.
Oh, so he gets to live the COVID lockdown again.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. He was one of the first officers that responded to the pipe bombs.
Yes.
Outside of the...
he probably planted them.
Wow.
Not bad.
Well, we certainly don't know who did.
No, we don't. Even though we have video of that person planting them.
I mean...
But don't let that bother you.
But see, you can't ping a cell phone. You know that? Like you can't,
yeah,
and it was at dark, and the FBI we know doesn't work at dark.
Can't work at dark.
Can't work after
can't see it dark.
Sunset.
We found that out.
What would you need? Like a flashlight or something?
We should
they don't have those. They don't have those in the FBI.
From his testimony against Congress, we should save that. We have to go back and find that because that's going to get lost. Him saying that it was dark.
It was dark. What do you want us to do, Congressman?
It was dark.
Dark.
That's unbelievable.
That's so great.
It's almost like, I mean, unless we have it, nobody will believe it.
Fortunately, it wasn't dark when they arrested Jack Teixeira.
No.
Yeah,
so they were able to get that job done.
It worked out.
Good.
It worked out.
The 21-year-old should have hid until dark. Until after the sun went down.
Bro.
And then
Poor planning.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He didn't.
It's his own darn fault. So
sitting there at his mom's house, sun up.
I wonder how many
down.
21-year-old Air National Guardsmen have the nation's highest security clearance.
That's a good question. I don't know. There's got to be some, right? There has to be.
I'm going to guess it's 0.
No.
I'm going to say other than him, it's got to be pretty close to 0.
No, you can include him in this stat. I would say it's 0.
Right.
I'm just not buying this at all.
Seriously?
Okay.
Why? Name one reason.
He's working. If he's working in the military, there's got.
Yeah, the Air National Guard.
Now the counter argument to that, Jeffy, is you could be right. You could be right. We could be so incompetent as a government from the top to the bottom that we see no problem in giving highly classified documents to people who are 21 years old in the Air National Guard, Massachusetts. Yeah, it could be. It could be that.
Could be.
Either way, the government looks like garbage because it is. You're either giving highly classified stuff here or you're using this kid as a scapegoat. Either way.
Well, it's not like we just drop top secret documents in the middle of the street from.
No, it is. It's
exactly not like we do something like that.
It's exactly like that. We just did that very thing. So don't worry about it, though. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It was just the president's schedule. That's all.
That's it.
It just,
hey, we have.
What could go wrong?
It's on the street in another country. So.
There's an individual, by the way, who apparently is going to give us some information to support Jeffy's side of this tale.
Okay, great.
So
really,
Eric in Texas there can explain why he would have access to that top
awesome
information.
All right. But first, we got to tell you about, Gavin Newsom in California has been stockpiling abortion pills. He's got 2 million of them stockpiled so far so that they can ignore the judge ruling.
Oh, man.
So that people can still get abortion via the pill. And that's important. And, of course, there's a new report from the Society of Family Planning, which is an international pro-abortion nonprofit group, indicated that since the Dobbs decision, compared to the average monthly number of abortions observed in the pre-Dobbs period, there were 32,260 cumulative fewer abortions from July to December of last year.
Wow. So after Dobbs,
32,000 babies were saved.
Just on the law alone affecting states that didn't want to kill babies anymore.
That is great. And the work of Preborn continues along those lines, trying to save the lives of more innocent babies. And that's where you come in. They need your help. Do we have an update yet on the second machine?
I don't have the exact number, but
we already raised enough money for the first machine, and now we're trying to get them a second machine. They cost $15,000, and so our goal date was Mother's Day.
Y'all are so great.
So because you vastly surpassed that, we decided, let's do it again. So go to preborn.com, and you could buy them an entire ultrasound machine rather than just one. But maybe you can only afford the $28 it costs for one ultrasound.
Still great.
That's great, too.
Just make sure that you make a note. If you want it to go toward the machine, at the bottom of the donation page, there's a little area, little box. You can type in a note. Just put in Pathead Machine.
Pathead Machine, right. And your donation then goes directly to buying the new machine. Okay, so let's save more babies. And I hope you can join us. Note Pathead Machine when you go to preborn.com/Pat for Operation Pathead Machine.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Joe Biden brought us joy yesterday from Ireland and Britain. We're going to get into that in just a second. First, let's find out from Eric in Texas how a 21-year-old in the Air National Guard can get top secret clearance. Hey, Eric.
Hey, guys. Appreciate everything you do. Y'all wake me up every morning.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, I'm a 10-year veteran in the Army.
Okay.
I did not have a top secret clearance, but from what I remember, the Air Force, you always get the clearance for what your job is going to state, especially in the Air Force.
Okay.
So, like, if you're working in what's known as a skiff, one of the top secret squirrel type things, you can get a top secret clearance by 19, 20 years old, and they do that because they don't want you going out there at 19, 20 years old and blowing all your money, getting into debt, and getting compromised early. They go back to the kindergarten teacher for a top secret clearance. And this is more of a failure on the security part, because every time you walk into a skiff, you got to empty out everything.
Right.
You're not allowed to carry USB drives. See, that's how Peyton Manning got through. And then also, you're not even allowed to take a pen in there. And
I won't
you
have him be
basically have
smart.
to do a full body cavity search, which I know Jeffy would enjoy.
Yes, he would.
But at the same time, you're not allowed to go in there. This is a failure. You can't. The computers that are in there go through a special imaging process. I know. I did it. You can't put a USB drive or nothing if they're imaged properly. So this guy was a good hacker, or it was a failure on the security and the imaging department of whoever did those computers.
Right.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right. Appreciate the info. Thanks a lot, Eric, and thanks for your service. Appreciate that.
I think we need to
Jeffy and I
back
got hung
up a
up
little
on
bit.
something there.
We need to besmirch Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning was not involved in any government
I think he meant
breaches.
Chelsea Manning.
No.
I think you and I got stuck on that.
I most definitely did. I was wait a minute. Did I miss a
something
story
I
on
don't
Peyton
know?
Manning? The sheriff?
So I guess
So Peyton Manning hasn't stolen government documents?
As far as I know,
we
Peyton has not stolen any government
Okay, but
documents.
Chelsea did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was one of his online buddies there in the Discord channel who said this Jack, OG.
Yeah, the OG.
The OG. What was the name of that? Look up the name of that group. What was the name of that group? It was the greatest name.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah. So he was saying that I guess he was frustrated that people weren't believing him or something. Is that what it was? So he had been trying for a while. Let's see, channel name. Is a great name. Let's see, Jack. Documents. Let's see. I'm gonna have to find it. It's not popping up here, but it's like the greatest name for a group. Anyway, so I don't know, man. But I appreciate that information from Eric to kind of explain this. This whole setup.
Yeah. So I guess it's possible.
It's
Ben.
possible.
It's
Sounds like,
possible. All right. So yesterday we shared 10 clips from Joe Biden making us proud as Americans.
As tough as that was to get through, I think that today is going to be
even
more
tougher?
difficult because these clips are longer. It's just, I don't know.
So our president is in another country making us proud?
Yes.
And we get an opportunity to see it?
By default.
Awesome.
Isn't that great?
Awesome.
For instance, he was apparently reading his speech for the very first time to the Irish Parliament.
So bad.
He's so awful.
Sucks.
Here's what happened.
For too long, Ireland is talked about in the past tense. We tell old stories of days gone by. It's good to remember. Stories of Irish grit and genius, saints and scholars, poets and politicians. And in the face of it, they're good stories on its face. Let's face it.
Let's face it. They're good stories on its face.
As the poet Bolan wrote in her poem, Mother Ireland, she said, I learned my name, I rose up, I remembered it. Now I could tell my story. It was different from the stories told about me.
Powerful.
End of quote. End of quote. Powerful.
End of quote.
That's just the start of the fun there.
That's just
awesome.
Man, I'm
good.
inspired right now. As an Irish American.
Was it the way he read the poem?
Yeah.
Do you identify as an Irish American?
All the time. All the time.
Sorry, okay.
How many times have you heard me
I
identify that way?
That's why I'm asking. I didn't know.
Have you filled out a form that ever had the option Irish American? You
Never.
Check the box?
No.
Why don't they offer the
I don't know.
Irish American box on forms?
They offer you the African American box.
So the Irish American,
the Native American box, the Asian American.
You get the Spanish, right? You get they give you the Spanish mark too?
I think they give you a
non-white Hispanic.
Non-white Hispanic, yeah.
So you're saying you haven't ever seen an Irish American box? Check.
I don't believe I ever have. So
I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Apparently there were more flubs from Joe Biden. This is hard to believe. But apparently there were more flubs by him. Huh.
certainly. Because you're saying that what we just watched was a flub.
Yeah, a little bit of one. Yeah. But I mean, still inspirational to be sure.
Thank you.
But there's more.
Our history reminds us, our history, yours and mine.
He
reminds
doesn't.
us the responsibilities we have to the president.
Right out of the gate.
There should be the president.
What the hell?
I mean, how
What is he talking
that
about?
clip was 11 seconds long, and there were like 8 flubs.
It's history. Did he say
Play this again.
history
Play it again.
reminds us? Anyway, here it is. One more time. Do it again.
I was campaigning.
No. Go back to
the other
cut two. Cut
Our
two.
history reminds us,
Our history.
our history, ours, yours and mine, reminds us of the responsibilities we have to the president. There should
And
be
the president. No, the present. Oh my gosh. Oh gee.
Our history.
Seriously, have you not pre-read the
Any of it.
speech? No. And so when you get to it, you kind of know
Just
what it's
have an
supposed
idea.
to say. This is bizarre. This is such a weird
And maybe
reality.
and we've talked about it before. Maybe the handlers do. You know, I mean, as he's walking, they're telling him, "Hey, the speech is now. You're going to be doing the speech about our history."
But he's
and,
Joe.
Maybe
He doesn't
he
need
just
help.
can't.
Yeah, here's a copy of your speech. Pre-read it, douchebag. Why hasn't anybody said that to him?
But how big would
Here's your speech,
Font
President douchebag. Pre-read it.
Yeah, but this is the guy.
Hey, here's your speech. Pre-read it, douchebag.
He's the guy whose teleprompter is like a TV screen over at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
And so
right.
I don't know how big is the font. Like if you think I print up a lot of stuff, I bet a 5-minute speech of his with the font size would be this thick. So I don't know how you
Maybe
even.
they might not print it up.
You may not even print it up. So this next clip, though, you remember yesterday we had a 4-minute and 40-second long clip.
Yeah, where he was telling some stupid story that nobody
similar
cared
to that.
about.
Thankfully, it's only a minute long, but my gosh, the man is just, he sucks.
I was campaigning for president, and I was out in Colorado, and I was with a man whose family had been, he was a former senator, a man whose family had been in the United States since the conquistadors for generations.
Okay.
And there were a whole lot of people standing across a refurbished rail station in eastern Colorado.
In western,
And there
no,
was
excuse me.
literally 10,000
No, pause it for a
people
second.
on the
I
other
love
side.
that. I love that. In western, no, the
he's
opposite of that. Eastern. How does that happen? In western, no, excuse me, I mean the exact opposite. Eastern
I tell the story,
Colorado.
it doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
it's
Right.
a rail station.
Who
Just
gives
go.
a rat's
I mean,
anus?
we would because he would say that. Obviously, it's not Eastern. It's not Western. It's Eastern. We'd beat him up for that at some point, maybe. But nobody knows the story anyway.
Right. Nobody knows where the guy lived. Who cares?
Now, as he's telling the story, I think it's this clip.
Man.
Eventually, watch one of the lawmakers behind him just like look over like, you believe this guy?
What are we even doing here?
That's just terrible. So bad.
I was campaigning for president, and I was out in Colorado, and I was with a man whose family had been, he was a former senator, a man whose family had been in the United States since the conquistadors for generations.
Okay.
And there were a whole lot of people standing across a refurbished rail station.
Rail station, yeah.
In eastern Colorado.
Look at he's looking over there like, you believe this?
10,000 people on the other side of the track
people are
waiting to
leaving
hear me
already.
speak. And he kept saying, "Now, Joe, remember, these people are not, these are my people. They're Hispanic. They're not used to being taken. You got to show respect and serious." I said, "I understand." And he kept it up. And finally, I turned to him and said, "God's truth, this refurbished train station."
We got that. Thank you.
It had like linen kind of wallpaper on it.
Oh, my gosh.
And about every 20 feet, there was a brass plaque that's saying, "No Irish allowed." I said, "I get it. I get it."
Nobody even responded. They're like, I don't even know.
What?
No, they don't even know how to respond to that.
What? No Irish
it.
allowed.
I get it. I get it.
I don't get it.
Hey, these people are Spanish. You show them respect.
Right. Okay.
They're used to being
but
shown
they
respect.
don't respect the Irish. Right?
Right, every
right.
20 feet or so
I
with
get
the
it.
paper.
The linen paper. Come
paper
on, man.
at the rail station.
I get it.
Wow.
Eastern or Western?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Well, we've been very inspired the last couple of days by President Brain Dead, Joe Biden. Phenomenal. You know, he just does America proud when he goes overseas.
Yes, sir.
It never fails.
Sir. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Like you're not blinded by politics.
No, right.
When you discuss our president.
Yeah. Thank you for noticing. This man is an inspiration, and there's just no getting around it. And you just want to give credit where credit is due. Mm-hmm. And so...
Such a storyteller, too.
Oh, man. Does he ever have a way with words?
The Irish have been...
stories?
They've been treated to a good time this week.
I have been transfixed. Transfixed with his...
They have. The Irish and the British have both just enjoyed having him there. You know they have. And he told him another wonderful story about his dad worrying about him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What this my greatest regret. I'm going to sound like a kid, but my mom's not here to hear it. My greatest regret
was he looking
is
for
my grandfather Finnegan, who was an Irish American whose grandfather was Owen Finnegan, who made the effort, and he was a great athlete. Went to Santa Clara University, and he was a newspaper guy on the business side. And I never understood what he meant when he said, Joey, I worry about you.
Oh, it's granddad.
Oh, it's not his
I
dad.
said, Pop, what do you worry about? He said, you're too much like that guy.
Too much.
Who led the revolution.
That guy who led the revolution.
He said of the guy who was the prime minister. I said,
what?
He said, you got to be less like the military guy. They shot him. And more like De Valera.
Another brilliant story.
But he didn't even know the leader's name.
No, the guy who was the military guy instead of the other guy.
The prime minister.
Who was a prime minister guy. The guy who was the politics guy.
Joey, I worry about you.
So now.
Oh, man.
This next clip, Pat.
Okay, so this is not a repeat of yesterday, right?
It's not a repeat. Now, yes, we've heard this story multiple times.
Many times.
Yes, it's been debunked.
Yes.
But I guess the cherry on top of this one is that pay attention to how he goes from 0 to 60.
Okay.
It is not healthy. This man is gone. Oh.
I met more with Xi Jinping than any world leader has over the last 10 years.
Nobody cares about that.
91 hours of just one-on-one conversations.
Oh my God. Pause it for a second.
Okay,
that's a new number.
Yes, it is.
91 hours was it 80 hours before? There was a different number in there, and now he's changed it.
Were these business deals? I mean, those take a long time to hammer out.
That's interesting.
91 hours.
Excuse me, 91.
It's always 17,000 miles that he's traveled with Xi Jinping.
Do we have them on planes together?
No.
Seriously, it's just...
And why would you travel with the Chinese leader for 17,000 miles? Right. And even if you did, why are you so damn proud of it? Who cares? I don't want you with the Chinese premier for 17,000 miles. You're the American president.
Pick someone else to name drop
or whatever.
Yeah. Oh. God, golly. All right, let's see what else he has.
0 to 60.
Here.
Dementia.
15,000 miles with him. Through Asia,
yeah, we got to hear this from the beginning
because he does get to the miles.
Not just 91 hours.
He does get to the miles.
It's the mileage again.
I met more with Xi Jinping than any world leader has over the last 10 years.
Wow, that's great. We're all
this guy's not impressed.
91 hours of just one-on-one conversations.
91 hours.
68 in person. I've traveled 17,000 miles with him.
17,000 miles?
With him? Asia, primarily, through China.
Oh, through Asia and China.
He once asked me on the Tibetan Plateau, he said, can you define America for me?
Yeah.
It's the God's truth.
That means it's a lie?
I said,
possibilities.
Yes, I can.
Possibilities.
In one word.
Yeah. Is it possibilities?
If you asked me about Ireland, I could have said the same thing.
Okay, we're going to go to 0 to 60 here. Here we go.
Possibilities.
Uh-oh.
We believe anything is possible if we set our mind to it, and we do it together. This is the United States of America and Ireland. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we do it together, and we got to believe that. We got to know that because that's the history of both our countries.
Sure. And that's the thing. The things we can accomplish if we do it with Ireland. That is,
you know what?
How many times have I said that?
You say that as an Irish American.
I do.
Okay.
I do say it as an Irish American.
I'm sick of hearing it.
He's biased, yeah.
If I've said it once,
17,000 times?
I've said it once. Okay? But damn it, we can accomplish anything as long as it's together with Ireland.
Nothing is beyond our capacity.
Only if it's together with Ireland, though. If we don't have Ireland at our side,
can't happen.
You might as well forget it.
Can't happen. I don't care how many miles you've spent with Xi Jinping.
You can traverse the entire globe. You can go 24,000 miles in one trip with him all the way around. Circumnavigate this planet with Xi Jinping. It doesn't matter unless the Irish premier is with you, too.
He was at the Tibetan airport or something? Is that what he said?
No, the Tibetan
plateau.
Plateau. Oh, okay.
Tibetan plateau.
Yeah.
Hold on, but let's think about
Define
this.
that's what Xi Jinping was talking about at the Tibetan plateau.
Yeah, can we think about this?
Define America for me, would you?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, it's the same as if I defined Ireland.
Right.
Possibilities.
What a weird place for Xi Jinping to
ask him
to
about
be like,
the.
all right, I know we're in China and
we're at the
just kinda
Tibetan plateau.
hanging out here. Talk to me. What's America? If you could sum it up
in one word.
One word.
Give me one word for America.
And then he gets
Ireland.
so angry, man.
Oh wait, no.
Possibilities. Grrr. I mean, the meds are not working on this trip.
It's so bizarre. What is the Xi Jinping thing?
I don't know.
Have to do with that? I tell you, this is madness.
And we have to go back and listen for you're right on the numbers, because he started to say another number, 70 something.
Been saying a different number.
And then he went to 91.
And now it's 91.
Right.
68 of those in person. So he spent a good deal of hours on the phone.
A couple of them on the old plateau.
Yeah.
I met more with Xi Jinping than any world leader has over the last 10 years.
Good for you, bro.
Okay.
Look at this guy. He doesn't care.
Over 91 hours of just one-on-one conversations.
Okay.
68 in person. I've traveled
68 in person. Told you.
Feels like that's somebody who's memorized
I believed
some
you. I
stats
don't know
for
why
a deposition coming up.
Yeah. And again, this story has been debunked time and time again. Wow. It's just not true. He has not traveled 17,000 miles with Xi Jinping.
Well, over Asia. He's not with Xi Jinping, but to get there.
No, he was with him.
No, to get there.
He's traveled 17,000 miles with him.
Throughout Asia and China.
Yeah.
But then he changed
mostly in China, but also Asia. So,
and the Tibetan plateau was part of that as well.
Well, that's where he asked him how to define America. How do you define America?
One word. Possibilities.
Possibilities! There are possibilities if we do it together! Okay, wait. What are you...
With us in Ireland!
Why are you screaming?
How did we just go from Sleepy Joe to angry as all hell Joe?
You all of a sudden became Sam Kinison here, and we don't know why. What happened? Move to where there's food!
So awesome. I just watched
Xi Jinping, we were talking about Africa, and we were in Ethiopia, and she said, well, how do you think we solve the hunger here? And I said, move to where there's food! And she agreed. He agreed with me. Yeah. So.
He did. We were on the Kenya plateau.
So bizarre. All right. Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Because when you're selling your home, it's got to be the biggest investment you make, right? Unless, you're a huge stock market player and you invest more than hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market. Selling your home is super important. And you don't want to do what I do all the time, and that's to buy low and sell high. That doesn't work out really well in the long run. And I also don't know whether or not, we're about to sell our house now. And so we're trying to figure out, all right, should we remodel before we try to sell, update the house? Do we change certain things, update the bathroom, or are we going to get the money out on the backside? That's where a great realtor comes in. Real estate agents I trust. These are the agents you turn to that can help you through that process, help you make those decisions, and help you get your money's worth out of your home. Whether you're buying or selling, these are the agents to partner with. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. That's RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
Gray.
Okay.
Unleashed.
Indeed.
So let me ask you a question, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
You've talked a little bit about you putting your house up for sale and selling it, and I know that's been an ongoing process as of late. And you talked about how you decided to sell at a time when it probably wasn't the best time to sell.
Peak time.
Did the real estate agent say, "Hey, maybe you ought
why
to
don't you
get
wait
rid of
2
the beavers"?
years? Oh yeah. First, our realtor said, "Why don't you wait 2 years?" Because the market's really hot right now, and you don't want that.
Right.
Okay,
you
let
don't want
it
to be
cool
able to
off.
sell. Yeah.
Let it cool off.
Let it cool off. And then,
Too hot to handle.
Then you can take somebody by surprise.
Right.
And then secondly,
those damn beavers showed up.
Secondly, the beavers back here in the creek that are building these dams. This is a perfect time because people love beavers.
Now, do you
they love
have
them. They love them.
Do you have linen wallpaper, much like a refurbished Colorado train station?
Don't, which really
In
sucks.
western or eastern Colorado?
It's in central Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, I get all of my linen from central Colorado.
Okay.
Is that a hot spot for linen
It is.
production?
I don't know why, but yes. Yeah,
I had no idea.
I didn't know
the
that
things
until
you learn on
recently.
this program.
Well, maybe you stop up at the rail station.
I guess so.
All right. So, there's a weird video going around that some are saying it's not Joe Biden. That's some kind of imposter wearing a mask.
This is good. Watch this.
Watch it. He's just scratching his neck here.
And he was a very conservative guy who was very, very...
Oh my gosh, that's a mask.
Oh,
Holy cow.
it is gross.
What happened there? I mean, I don't believe that's a mask.
Right, but what?
But what happens
Oh my
here?
gosh,
That's
a
old
mask.
person skin.
Oh, yeah?
Cow.
Yeah, that's not.
That's old person skin.
That's different. Okay, we've seen enough of this nastiness.
I've seen it.
But I mean,
Yeah, that's got to be just old person.
and plus,
skin
if
back
that
there.
is
Maybe.
a Joe Biden imposter, can they get someone who can tell a story a little bit better? I mean, you gotta aim a little higher on our presidential imposters.
Yes.
Now maybe it is a lizard mask, covering up the lizard face. I
Maybe.
don't know.
I
Maybe.
see
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying.
There's plenty of lizards. in
Okay.
this.
All right, we've done I think we've done a admirable job of getting through these clips. We just have the one more.
Oh, really?
There's still one
so
more?
Joe Biden gave us our marching orders, in Ireland, as Jeffy made it very
Don't we have the
clear.
one where he finishes up his speech with a message to the world?
This is it. I mean, this is
Oh,
our
okay,
marching
excellent.
orders.
All
This is, I mean,
All right.
Here he
There's
is.
nothing our nations can't achieve if we do it together. I really mean it. So thank you all. God bless you all. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Let's go lick the world.
Wait,
We're going to
lick
lick
the
the
world.
world.
hashtag lick the world.
The world. Let's get it done. Lick the world. Let's get it done.
Hold on. No, wait. Now, you also hear the little squeaky stuff going
Yeah.
on there? I think he's trying to pick up his little folder, and that's his finger, like trying to. That's what I think. Listen to this thing again. He's so
Lick the
awful.
world. Let's get it done. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's-
Just absolutely
He's an
bizarre.
awkward human being. So
Yeah.
let's go lick the world, y'all. Or-
Let's go lick the world. I lick the world and melt with you.
I lick the world.
Let's get it done.
Here we go. Yeah, let's see that with his fingers. He might be.
Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Oh yeah, that is. Because you hear the papers.
Is there
and the,
anything
and the,
about this man that isn't awkward or gross?
I don't think so. Quite honestly, I don't think
I
so.
mean, holy cow!
Wow.
And Jill's not there. It's Hunter and the sister.
Right.
Yeah.
And Hunter, and they probably called her several times, and she's like,
Nah,
"It's on you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're the ones that want to
I
go
got a
with
date
them.
with Roger Goodell, so I can't
All
help
right.
you. Sorry.
Thank you.
I mean, she's usually right there because
Yeah.
she's the one that can pull him back, lead him off,
Yeah.
tell him to shut up, and he does.
Shut up. Look, you're going to need to shut up.
Grab his arm. Just grab his arm
and
so he
just
realizes,
lead him away.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But after moments like this, who wouldn't want Joe Biden to win in 2024, right? I mean,
hello,
filled with inspiration as an American.
There's nothing beyond our capacity. Inspiration.
Thank you. Well, as long as we do it together with Ireland. Okay, because that's a nation that punches above its weight.
It is. And I was thinking this morning driving in, as a matter of fact, when I saw that the gas station I normally stop at, the gas prices for my regular gas went up 59 cents.
What?
Yesterday.
It went up 59 cents in a day?
59 cents. I drove by. I put gas in my car on
no way.
Tuesday, and I drove by. Yesterday's Thursday, and it was up 59 cents. And I was reminded of our president saying on his way to Air Force One, "It's not going to be as bad as you think." And I thought, he's right.
It's worse. It's not going to be as bad. It's going to be worse. So that was great that he was honest with us about that.
Not a joke.
It's not a joke. It's really not. So there's some members of his online army who are trying to get us all excited to vote for him.
Oh, good.
And, who isn't excited to vote for him?
Let me tell you something. Gen Z is going to make sure there's a blue wave in 2024. Republicans have no policy to help young people. They're literally trying to take away our rights. They are, and Harry, myself, and millions of other Gen Zers have a message to send, and I promise you, Republicans mess with the wrong generation. Let's go.
I don't know who they are. I just know that they're your Gen Z influencers for Joe Biden.
My gosh.
Let's go. Republicans are literally trying to take away our rights.
We literally are. I want to take away their right to vote for that very reason. They're too stupid to vote. Wow. Jeez.
There's a little bit of hope out there. A little bit of hope.
Is there?
Yeah.
For young Americans?
Yeah, there was some big wrestling tournament or something in Missouri. I think this is Jefferson. I forget where in Missouri this is.
Huh. All right.
But spontaneous chant broke out.
Oh, wow.
Let's go, Brandon. So look, there's a little bit of spark of hope out there, maybe. Huh. That's the best I can do. Sorry.
Hopefully they know what that means.
Let's go, Brandon. And you look like a lot of those people chanting that aren't old enough to vote.
No, they're not. They're not voting age.
No, we can work on that.
But they're spreading the word.
Right.
Spreading the word.
Exactly. They need to get that message to the two knuckleheads before them. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Wow. Wait.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Oh, okay.
So, I was talking about the
documentary.
The documentary American Manhunt, which is about the Boston Marathon bombing back in 2013. Can you believe it's been 10 years already?
Wow.
It's been exactly a decade. 10 years. Almost exactly right now, in fact, because it was around this time of year that it happened. The Boston Marathon, where in Boston they take off Patriots Day for obvious reasons. I mean, that's kind of where American democracy began, sort of. It's where the first battles took place in the Revolutionary War, right around there.
It's a big deal. That's why,
it's a big deal.
That's why you run the marathon.
Right. And so they did. And like literally hundreds of thousands of people show up and watch the Boston Marathon. It's just a whole fun day for them. And then it was damaged like that. I mean, 3 people were killed and dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, injured. Many with limbs blown off.
Yes, it was terrible.
Gosh, just a really horrific. And then the cop was shot by the 2 bombers later on in Cambridge.
Right.
Remember that? Yeah, for whatever reason, they just killed him as he sat in his car. And then, I don't even remember this, it was the Tsarnaev brothers.
Yeah.
Tamerlan and Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, and one of the Tsarnaevs ran over the other one and finished him off. I mean, they got into that big shootout with police, and then Tamerlan was tackled by a police officer as he was walking down the street just shooting at the police. Somebody came up from behind. One of the cops came up from behind and tackled him in the street. So they were working hard to subdue him.
Right.
When Dzhokhar Tsarnaev got into the car and just drove at the cops, and the cops, split off, and he just ran over his brother. Do you remember that? I had forgotten that until
I don't remember
it happened.
that.
Yeah, it ran over. He'd been shot like 9 times, but he was still alive until the car ran him over.
Right.
Then not so much.
That was the finishing touch.
Yeah, and finished him off. Anyway, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is still awaiting execution 10 years later. Why has that guy not been taken from this planet? I don't know. But in the documentary, they bring up the Saudi national.
Huh.
And the Saudi national was somewhat suspicious because he was hanging around the bombing.
Yeah.
When a cop saw him, he immediately smashed his cell phone on the ground into pieces.
That seems normal.
Not a lot of people do that, though, when, if you're completely innocent.
Are you profiling?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm profiling people who smash their cell phones.
Right. Right.
So you're profiling Tom Brady.
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. People like Tom
Normally,
Brady.
when you smash your phone, there's an issue.
Wait a minute. Tom Brady was in Massachusetts at the time. Where was he during the Boston?
Exactly. That's where this is going. No. So anyway, the Saudi national was under suspicion for a while, and then it was like, no, he had nothing to do with it. And then that's in the documentary. They make it sound like, there was no reason to even look at this guy except for Islamophobia. That's the only. That's the only. Well, there was a million reasons to wonder. And we had
especially with the case evolving.
Yeah.
With an evolving investigation of the entire bombing.
And we had a whistleblower who was a higher up in Homeland Security who provided us with documents about the guy. And so we had the documents, and we couldn't show them exactly because they were top secret, and they'd been redacted. But in fact, the version that came out for the public was completely redacted. Every word.
Of course.
But we had a non-redacted copy and showed it to the powers that be, and because it lined up exactly, paragraph for paragraph, sentence for sentence. It's just that one was completely redacted, the other one was not, and we were told, no, you can't prove that's the same thing. So none of that evidence stood, and we wouldn't reveal who the whistleblower was.
Right, we're not doing that.
So there was an issue with a lawsuit, and it's fascinating to hear the whole story. And I don't know that Glenn can ever tell it, but the things that I have heard about it are amazing, and it's just blown off in the documentary. It's just like, there's nothing to that. Really? There was nothing to that? And yet, at the very end of the documentary, there are certain of the law enforcement officials, I think like the police commissioner of Boston at the time, who say that these two brothers could not have built these bombs by them. They did not get this information off the internet. These were professionally done. They went off flawlessly. They were set off remote control by cell phones. That's not easy to set up from the internet, So he said they definitely had help. Most of us believe they had help. And financial aid, know-how aid, who knows? Who knows? But the FBI decided they're just lone wolves. That's all. They were just lone wolves.
There it is. Thank you, FBI, writing into the story there.
Talked about questioning the government earlier today.
Huh. Why would you ever question the government?
I know.
They're so
know.
wonderful and honest all the time.
Rule number 1.
Oh, man.
Never trust the government, question it.
And it's interesting to watch these documentaries that are so one-sided like that. Mm-hmm. And, it was told in an interesting way, and it presented many of the facts, and it was from the perspective of these people. But then they insert all of the, we're Islamophobic stuff, and we've made this life in America so difficult for Muslims. Have we, though? Have we?
And that's what made that interview with the BBC and Elon Musk so great. Is that, how many stories do we do like this where we question the reporter or the documentarian after the fact? And we say, has it? Does it? Where's the proof of you saying that?
Right.
And that never happens. And when Musk started questioning back the BBC guy, I believe Keith played it yesterday when you had an appointment to go to. You left a couple of minutes early. I believe Keith played it then.
Yeah.
But it was so great because it's like at real time, the journalist is being questioned like, okay.
Give me an example.
He can't.
Because
the
guy's point was that since he took over, there's a lot more hate on Twitter.
On Twitter, a lot more.
A lot more hate. Really? Give me an example.
I've seen it on my feed. Well, not on my feed, I've been told.
If that is your take, and you're sitting down with one of the most influential people in the world,
wouldn't you have an example?
Come prepared,
anyway,
bro.
It drives me crazy, and it was good to see. I mean, it was actually
it was fun.
It was great to see.
He held his feet to the fire.
Yes.
Give me one example.
Just one.
Well, I can't. I don't even use Twitter anymore because I don't like it now. Well, then.
But you said.
How do you know it's more hateful?
I loved it.
Oh, he really. He destroyed him.
Yes, he did.
He destroyed him.
It felt good, and it's man. I think the era of COVID has really. You remember after 9/11, a lot of individuals on the left had their eyes open and were like, "Oh my gosh, I've been wrong about fill in the blank." Mm-hmm. A lot of that has happened after COVID, more so, thankfully. A lot of people have realized, okay, government overreach. That's an issue here.
I appreciate it when that happens.
Absolutely.
When they admit their mistakes.
Right.
It's kind of rare.
Someone who is, I don't know if she's undergoing a political transformation or not, but her name is Ana Kasparian. She is the executive producer and one of the co-hosts of the Young Turks.
Young Turks.
Right. So
it doesn't get any crazier than Young Turks.
So she made the mistake that J.K. Rowling made, was to dare share an opinion about women a couple of months ago.
Yeah, don't call her a birthing person.
Don't you do it.
Call her a woman, because she is one.
Yeah.
That was her thing.
And her audience was so angry at her.
Yeah, well, how dare you?
And she is refusing to back down. I'm not
Good for her.
Yeah, I'm not calling myself a birthing person. Shut up.
So great.
And so then there was this other thing with Ron DeSantis. I don't know if you guys followed that, but you had the lady that leaked COVID data to make DeSantis look bad.
Rebecca Jones.
She manipulated that. She's a liar. And then she also she said that, what'd she say, DeSantis kidnapped her kid.
Oh, my gosh.
And he had nothing to do with it, and it wasn't a kidnapping. It was your son was making threats. So that's
geez.
so. Wow. And then, so she apologized for defending Rebecca Jones.
Listen to this. Here's her quote: "The only person that should be held responsible for that is me. I'm the executive producer of the show, and I screwed up royally."
Wow,
that's an
awesome.
incredible admission, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's honesty, which you don't see that often.
No, you do not.
From the left.
Talking about her defense of Rebecca Jones. Yeah.
Right. So Jones is a former Florida Department of Health data analyst who received widespread attention during COVID-19. And as Keith outlined, she accused DeSantis of all kinds of things. A state inspector general later determined her claims to be false. More recently, the Democratic activist falsely accused DeSantis of ordering her son's arrest and kidnapping him. So now she realizes that there's a lot of money to be made by promoting climate change solutions.
Yes. Ana from
Ana Kasparian. Mm-hmm. So after apologizing to her audience for getting the DeSantis stuff wrong, and after telling people not to call her a birthing person, now she's talking about the money to be made in climate change. And she's not on board with it. Check this out.
The way that it happens is, I know that in California, at least, with the phasing out of gas-powered cars, and they'll probably do the same thing with gas stoves, is they just ban the sale of any new gas-powered cars or any new gas stoves.
Right.
And so the technology that you have in your home, the gas stove that you have in your home, if it breaks, not only are you not able to buy a new one, but it gets increasingly more difficult to just repair it. You get what I'm saying? And so, like,
I get it, but that's a bump. That's the normal bumps in the road as you transition to things.
I know, but Jake, like, don't minimize the financial burdens associated with these things, okay? Because, like, I am literally freaking out about the charging station thing. I'm like, it's gonna cost. We're gonna take out a massive loan to pay for it. We're not getting any help from the government on that.
Did you guys ask? Is there any tax credits?
The HOA at her apartment.
Seriously, there's no government help at all to transition
I don't
you guys?
give a about tax credits.
No, I'm saying for the HOA. Like,
there's been no talk of tax credits. I haven't seen anything about tax credits. I should look into it. Maybe there are tax credits, but I don't give a about tax credits because you have to shell out cash. Okay, like I want to do something in response to climate change. That is not my issue here. My issue is how, like, we're forced to make all these changes that are a financial burden, a giant inconvenience, with like little to no help. And the solution from the government in terms of like, no, you get financial benefits for doing this is tax credits.
And see, I don't even want to give them. I want to do something for climate change.
Right.
Because when you make that, even I'm tired of giving them that.
No,
because you make that step, and then it's
because
like
then you're
they want
legitimizing climate change being a thing.
Yes.
Screw you! I'm not even giving you that step exactly.
I can't give that to them.
We can't control the weather, let alone the climate. Okay, we're going to change the climate forever? Come on! And they used to tell us all the time. Don't confuse weather with climate. Climate is so different. Now they confuse climate with weather all the time. And
Whenever
vice
it suits
versa.
them.
All the time.
And it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold.
Doesn't matter.
It fits into their bullcrap definition one way or the other.
Indeed. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Patriot Mobile because Americans have pretty much had it. We're done supporting companies that rake in hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars, while trashing the country and the people that made their success possible. We just had to take it until recently, but now there's companies like Patriot Mobile who are fighting back, who have great values, and who don't waste your money on terrible, terrible policies. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. And the thing is, they'll give you dependable nationwide coverage on all three of the major networks, but you just go through Patriot Mobile instead of them. And you still get all the benefits. I mean, it's awesome. All this plus the knowledge that you're supporting free speech, sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, our military, our first responders. They couldn't be a better company. And they have 100% U.S.-based customer service, which I really appreciate. So you don't wind up with some person that you cannot even understand what the heck they're saying on the phone.
I understand your concern.
Hello, this being Mike? No, your name's not Mike.
Mike.
I can understand that.
Yeah, if you can even get that far. Get free activation today when you use the offer code PAT. Okay? Got to stand together. We got to support companies that share our values. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray.
I got some tweets here. Captain Boogaloo tweets, Xi Jinping is Biden's boss. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
More than kind of.
Yeah.
Just Tony tweets, I wish Joe would have broken out into song. And I will walk 8,500 miles, and I would walk 8,500 more. Just to be the man who walked 17,000 miles to get to Xi Jinping's front door.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Roxanne tweets, Joe wasted money flying to Ireland to tell the same old stories. What was the point of the visit beyond wasting money?
Yeah. Who was that tweeted that out?
Roxanne. Roxanne!
Thank you.
All right. You don't have to turn on the red light or whatever. Lutheran housewife tweets, when Joe raises his voice like that in a speech, he sounds like a 10-year-old who finally got his chance to read the morning announcements at school over the intercom and decided to go rogue. And from Just to Muck and Fudge, and he is licking the world one child at a time.
Oh, no. Thank you.
My tongue.
Oh, speaking of the Tibetan plateau.
Oh,
yeah.
My tongue.
You got that guy. The Dalai Lama.
Maybe that's why he was up on the old Tibetan plateau.
My tongue.
Okay.
He's such a jokester.
Because there's nothing funnier.
The llama. The llama.
For the effort.
Something for the effort. That is hilarious, that line. You keep playing that. It's so funny.
Yeah, isn't it?
He's a jokester.
Yeah. Except it really happened.
No, I know. He was just joking around. He's a jokester. That's what they said.
Did they really say he's a jokester?
Yeah, he's just joking around. That's what he does.
That's what he does.
Come on. The's nothing funnier than pedophiles
Listen
in the
to
world.
that again, how funny that is. Listen to it again.
All right.
My tongue.
Yeah, so now play
hilarious.
that with the laugh track, okay? Because that works out perfectly, right?
Yeah. It does. It'd be hard to do right now, but let me see.
My tongue. My tongue.
Yeah, I can't.
Lance has got the laugh track for you.
I know what it is.
Oh.
All right.
I hate this 360.
Problem.
It makes me mad.
How's that? How's that?
That was perfect.
All
You
right.
did a good one.
Thank you.
Here, now we can do it.
My tongue.
The laugh track does make it better, I will say. It takes a little of the creepiness
Oh, boy. Nothing like telling a little kid.
My tongue.
This guy is a jokester.
Yeah, it's funny.
I will say, the kid didn't do it. The kid was like,
No, the kid did do
how
it.
about no?
No,
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did. I watched the rest of the video.
The whole thing, the kid didn't. Because I
Blur
thought
out
the
his
kid.
face while he sucks his tongue.
Because I thought the kid backed off a little bit.
No.
I mean, I guess if the llama says.
If he says.
Oh, no.
My tongue.
You're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
God.
You're going to do it.
No. No, you're not.
Okay.
For purposes of Pat Gray Bingo, we're going to just have a little exception there.
Of what?
We may have just covered a bingo square during that whole exchange.
Really?
So,
Did
there you
we?
go. Yep.
Okay.
It's a top row.
Did we really?
You see it there?
Renewable goo laugh track. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. All right. This is whatever.
I mean, we're running out of time here.
Also, there's this.
Oh, no. Okay. So, again, we're just going to say we're out of tweets right now. Oh, no. Okay. There you go.
All right, so there's that.
We're out of tweets.
Well, we were out of tweets, and now there's one more.
Oh, I didn't realize we were. I thought you had
is
more.
one more.
Oh, okay. See.
From Dan the Man, who says, I got to say, when I first started watching The Blaze, I watched Glenn more than Pat. Now, it's the other way around.
Oh. You hear that?
I still know the apocalypse is coming, but with Pat, I can at least yell, wee! Thanks, Pat. Well, yeah, that's because we make the apocalypse fun. Did we do another one there? I mean, we must have it going.
I don't know.
Six ways
it's crazy.
I'm
just trying to make sure that Glenn guy down the hall heard that tweet.
Yeah, that's important. All right, so we did the mummy voice.
Did the mummy voice?
We just did that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna cross that out.
Wait, why are you saying it out loud? I don't.
Well, we're getting to the end.
What is happening here?
We're getting close to the end.
Because we got a half an hour left of the show.
So this is
Friday,
this is
and
Pat
it's
Gray
gotta
Bingo. Don't
happen.
forget, brought to you by Kexi Cookies.
Well,
right.
yeah, that's right. We're adding that to the merchandise
That's
thing.
right.
So
we are?
Yeah, we're a dozen cookies come with the victory.
Jeffy looks upset about this. Like you didn't run this by Jeffy.
What?
I don't know why he's so invested.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It is awesome. That's another. What is that? I don't know, $50 or so value.
Oh, well, let's say more than that.
It might be a little bit more.
Last time you ordered the old Kexies.
The last time I ordered them?
Yeah, I don't know when the last time it is you ordered the Keskies, but
it's been a little while since then. Yeah, so dang it.
Would you rather have a Kexi cookie or cotton candy? Got to go Kexi cookie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what if you're a raccoon?
If I'm a raccoon, I probably don't eat either one of them.
Okay.
Right?
Raccoons eat whatever the hell they want.
I'm a wild animal, and I don't eat either one of them.
Play clip 19, please.
All right.
All right. This is what happens when you give cotton candy to a raccoon. All right. Like, he's so happy. He's happy. He washes his food first before he eats it. Oh, bro. Oh, no. Look.
It disappeared.
It disappeared in the water. Now he's so sad. He can't find it.
Hey, dummy. Cotton candy dissolves in water. Okay, so I can't believe he didn't realize
You'll remember that next time.
You don't deserve the cotton candy.
You don't deserve
you
it.
stupid creature.
If you're that stupid, you don't deserve the deliciousness of the cotton candy.
I mean, kudos to him for washing off his food, but you gotta plan ahead better than that.
You do.
You dumb animal.
You do.
That's why you eat
next
out.
time. That's the thing about raccoons. They remember that crap, man.
Yeah.
They'll remember.
But that's why he eats out of a garbage can.
That doesn't matter.
That's
I've come around the corner on raccoons in the garbage can before, man.
You don't want to do that.
No, you
they're,
don't.
They're mean.
The last raccoon just turned around. You got something to say? And I was like, nope.
It was
you go
smoking
ahead.
a cigarette at the time?
Smoking a cigarette.
Wow. Yeah,
he was pissed.
That's unnerving. When the raccoon is smoking a cigarette.
That's what would throw me off.
You're welcome to whatever garbage I have. That would be my response.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We got Roger in Washington on the line. Roger, Washington is where my brother Rick lives. Do you know him?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
weird. That's weird. I thought
bingo.
Pretty much. Oh, bingo.
So we're to believe that you live in Washington?
Yeah. If you don't know
Rick?
Yeah, come
on, Roger.
Sure
where in Washington do you live?
Yeah, Spokane Valley.
Spokane Valley. Yeah. Nice. Okay,
How much do you love the rest of the state?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to split off from Washington?
The eastern part's always been a problem, and the western part's starting to become one.
Yep.
Isn't it the other way around?
Wait.
I think it's the other way around, right? The eastern part, where you live, yes, more conservative, and then you got the western Washington that's out of control.
Don't pull words. That's not what he said.
Congratulations to our bingo winner, Joe Biden, who is going under the name Roger this morning.
All right, Roger.
Yeah, there you go.
Where did your bingo occur? Go ahead and read it off.
It happened in the center row.
Okay.
That starts with mummy voice, breath, anus.
Exactly.
I'm not your monkey.
I'm not your trained monkey. Yes.
Not your trained monkey.
Right.
We lost him.
I
give you my word as a Biden.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
All right. Did we get all your information so you can get your merchandise from patgrayshop.com and the Kexi cookies?
Even though he doesn't know your brother, you're still going to send him Kexies.
Still going to do it.
Yes, still going to do it. I mean, he's in Eastern Washington, so yes.
I know, but I thought Eastern Washington was the problem. That's what he said.
All right, Roger. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Roger.
Man, did you see that there's going to be a new Harry Potter series?
I did. HBO announced I was going to talk about it a little bit because when Keith mentioned J.K. Rowling and she's taken such flack over her comments, her hatred.
Yeah, toward
trans people.
Well,
which
she wants
really
to be called a woman. She wants to be called a woman. So how can you? I mean, you can't possibly. That's just out of control.
Well,
hatred.
she is going to be one of the executive producers of the new deal with Max.
She hasn't been completely canceled yet? What's this all about?
It's the new HBO and Discovery merger, Max.
Okay.
But she's going to be one of the executive producers, and they didn't even comment about any of the issues surrounding JK.
And people were demanding that they comment.
Like, it's her deal. This is
we're not going to.
We're talking. This is Harry Potter. No.
Yeah. Shut up.
I thought it was awesome.
It was great. It was great. They kind of stood up for her and said that we're not gonna play that game.
Stop it.
Yeah, not gonna get into all that.
It's a 10-year deal too. I mean, they're making. I mean, it's a big deal. That's a lot of money.
It's a really big deal. Each of the seasons is based on a book, one of the Harry Potter books.
Oh wow!
So it's apparently the characters we know and love too, right?
Yeah, that's what I took from it.
Cool.
So you're just gonna retell those stories with other actors? I guess. I don't know. That's interesting.
With a new Max twist.
With a new Max twist?
With a new Max twist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I'm interested. I didn't know there was going to be a Max twist. You know how we all love the Max
I'm actually very concerned about what that means. What is it? What are they going to do? Are they going to?
I don't know.
Insert some pronouns or something? Is that what we're going to do here?
I don't know.
Well,
it's going to be fun.
First of all, that was me saying that it was with the new Max twist, not them.
Right.
Okay.
I actually thought it was. I could totally see that.
So it's very possible that they could believe that.
It sounds like something they would say.
It absolutely
does. That's why I think.
Yeah. But there was a cartoon on Netflix that was just canceled. Apparently, parents didn't like the indoctrination from Ridley Jones.
What a dumb name for a cartoon, by the way.
Ridley Jones.
Ridley Jones.
That's the name of this garbage. And this is a little sampling of it.
Well, my heart says that the way I feel most myself is to go by the name Fred. That's because I'm non-binary, and Fred is the name that fits me best. And I also use they and them, because calling me a she or a he doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, I didn't know that. No wonder you've been struggling. How could you lead the herd without being yourself? Oh, I'm sorry I used the wrong name and pronouns. Thank you for showing me your heart.
You got to be kidding.
We're in hell.
And so that was canceled?
That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
So great.
So
good.
You cannot sit your kids in front of a TV for 5 minutes anymore.
Who knew cattle were struggling with transism
the
too?
Mom or the dad.
I didn't know.
The mom or the dad cow went, so get your ass back into that pen.
Look, you're going to be slaughtered for meat anyway. Does it really matter what your pronoun is?
And don't tell me what you and the duck have been chatting about behind the barn, okay? I don't want to freaking hear it. Get your ass back in the barn.
Right. Just wait till we come slit your throat and eat you. All right? I wouldn't worry about your pronouns.
They're not going to care, okay?
When they herd you into the stall, they're not going to say, before we slit you open,
when they're
what's your
cutting up,
pronoun?
When they're cutting up the ribeyes, they're going to say, I wonder if this was a he, she, her, or they. I don't know.
Right.
All right. Also, there's a video been going around, features a little girl explaining the difference between men and women to Steve Harvey.
Oh, okay.
So what is this right here?
The pelvis.
The pelvis.
It's the only bone in the body that's gender specific, which means it's different in boys and girls.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
The pelvis's job to protect the organs used for digesting and reproduction.
Reproduction.
Which means throwing babies.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That is adorable. Isn't it cute?
That's adorable.
And she knows more about the human body than so many adults in our society.
Yeah, probably 90% of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know the pelvis was the only bone that's gender specific?
I did. I watched
there's
a number of television shows that point that out.
Oh, no.
Really?
No follow-up, Pat. No follow-up.
Okay. And the internet's been having fun with Bud Light. See if this sounds familiar.
Oh, no.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Jeez.
Good stuff.
And then over in Britain, Piers Morgan has been debating what exactly a woman is.
Oh.
What happened to Piers Morgan? Do you remember when we couldn't stand Piers Morgan? Was it he worked for CNN,
yes,
right?
He did.
It's amazing what happens when you get out of that network.
It's his thing with guns.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was mostly about guns.
Yeah, so in other words, for Piers Morgan, it's guns. For Bill Maher, it's God and religion.
Yeah.
But
otherwise,
there's
they
a
have
lot
some
of common sense, though. Yeah.
And is it England or? I mean, I thought he works for the Fox people in Australia now, right?
Oh, does
is that
he?
Where Pierce? I
Does
think
he?
Pierce does his.
Not sure where this is from.
I mean, it obviously is always.
It's in
available
English. I know
anywhere.
that much.
Yes,
It's broadcast in English,
it
and
is
it's worth
broadcast
watching.
in English. Yes.
It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean, that is what a woman is.
I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with defining it. Like, what is a man? Like, why do we need these arbitrary...
A man is a male, adult human. I mean, that's it.
Right, okay, I don't know that we need
These are just biological facts, but they're just facts.
They don't
They're
even want a
not
discussion.
arguable points,
Right.
But I think we have a
Accept it
right
and
to
move on, she
self-identify. And you said
As
you
what?
want to...
As what? Well,
If
hang
you'd
on.
like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue around...
We've literally just seen a male rapist use that scam to get himself put into a female prison where he could attack vulnerable women inside a female prison.
More than once.
When even his ex-wife said it was all a scam.
Which is a terrible, very distressing, isolated incident, and I think it's easy to take that and say that means that no one can identify as a woman, and
But
that's
it's not an isolated
fair.
incident, though.
But it's
42% of trans-identifying prisoners in prison are in there for sex crimes. There's actually an advantage, evidently, to identifying as a female because they never identify as male because somehow male prisons seem less appealing to them. It's really weird. Anyway,
Is it limitless, this self-identity?
Nice.
It's not totally limitless.
What's the
but
limit?
when you're talking about International Women's Day, I don't know why we take the conversation around International Women's Day and make it about this.
But if anyone,
there's so many benefits.
right? But if
to having
anyone,
a day.
according to you, can identify as a woman, anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with
Just
it.
literally put their hand up and say, I'm a woman.
Yes.
It's not an easy thing to do to go out into
Actually,
the world.
it's very easy.
You might think it's easy to say, but to decide to do that, to say
what
this
does
is
doing
who,
it involve?
Whatever that person decides, but to
Does
go
it
out
involve
into the
makeup?
world and say I don't identify as perhaps the sex I
So
was
why
born
can't
as.
I
It's
identify?
not-
Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was.
I'm serious. I'm serious. If I can identify as anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is, why can't I, on International Women's Day, say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status,
I think
we're
that's
talking
what,
about quite a
with
strong
respect, I think
physical
that
change.
you'd already opened the absurdity door by saying
Right.
it is limitless. You can
Thank
do what
you.
you like. Anyone
Thank
can
you.
say I'm a woman. So I simply ask you, why can't I?
I mean, this point kind of ridicules trans people to an extent.
Actually, I think what you said ridicules trans people because actually people who go through the full process of transition, who actually go through what we used to call a sex change, which I don't think you can muck around with original biology, but those who actually go through surgical procedure over a number of years, I've got a great respect for that very difficult journey they go on.
No doubt.
I had zero respect for people who just wallop their hand up and go, suddenly, I'm a woman and I want all the rights that a woman has and I want to compete, say, in sport. I'm a 6'4" athlete, sprinter, swimmer, whatever, who's competed very mediocrely in male sport. I now want to come in and crush women in swimming pools and in sprinting events and break all their records, perhaps irrevocably, just by saying, I'm a woman. I think that is the absurdity you were talking about.
Amen.
My response was to say, well, if it's limitless, why can't I then say whatever I want to say? And you say immediately, as I knew you would, well, that's ridiculous. But my point is, you were being ridiculous.
I love it.
Oh, nice.
So there.
Wow.
Put that in your pipe.
I know.
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I know.
Love it.
You know what else is really good? The new movie Nefarious, which opens today. You can check that out. I actually haven't seen it, but Keith has.
Yeah, Vicky Johnston, a Pat Head, tweeted out, I guess it was playing in some places last night, She went to the showing and said, what a roller coaster of emotion this movie is. Was sure it'd be great, but it exceeded my expectations.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff.
Nice. Now, usually what you want to do is lower your expectations. That way you can be pleasantly surprised. But apparently you don't need to lower your expectations on this. Good. It's done by the same people as who made God's Not Dead and Unplanned. Unplanned was awesome. This is called Nefarious, and it opens today. And now, if you've seen the previews, it looks a little bit scary, but apparently it's really not, right?
No, it's just intense. It's just intense.
I don't want to see it if it's scary.
Like, is it too intense for an 8-year-old?
Well, it's rated R, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is?
I think it is rated R.
Yeah, it's rated R.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, you don't want an 8-year-old to go.
Yeah, teenagers definitely could.
Because I heard Glenn talking about he can't figure out why it was R. They don't know why they rated it R.
Oh.
Huh. Really?
Just
the intensity of it?
I guess.
Huh.
I didn't realize it was rated R. Huh. Under 17, not admitted without a parent. Supposedly.
Thank you.
Did they use the F word twice? More than twice.
I don't know.
Is that a standard?
Yeah, it's a thing.
I don't think they.
If you use it more than twice in a certain context,
this is 2023,
or once in a certain context, you have to rate it R.
And there's no bad language.
Is there blood, guts, gore, sex? No,
it's just intense scenes. Like I don't know. It's a good question. Never thought of that. I wonder why it was rated R. Probably because it shows evil for what it is, and
unless you wanted to limit the audience.
Yeah. Yes, that could be it.
Yeah, there is a.
Was Unplanned rated R?
I don't know. I hadn't seen it.
I don't know. It might have been. I'm not sure, but anyway. Nefarious.
Such a great flick.
Opens today. All right. So check your local listings, or you can just go to whoisnefarious.com. Whoisnefarious.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Back to this interview with Piers Morgan.
Well, it's a separate interview.
Oh, this is a different one?
No, he's been making some...
So he's been on this case for a while.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been on this case for a while because it really irks him that, anyone...
like the rest of us?
Yes. He's actually, at this this platform. I'm pretty sure the show is in...
Where they speak English. That's all we know.
English.
We don't know if it's Australia, Britain, the U.S.
I'm pretty sure this show originates in Australia.
He did share something interesting about himself.
Yes, he did.
In this clip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I, under this new world of self-identification, as I did earlier, now identify as a two-spirit neutroid penguin?
Well, you're not a penguin, because to use a bit of common sense.
Why? Who says I'm not?
Well, I mean, that's not a thing that happens.
Why?
This is the distinction. People do identify
I'm actually a two-spirit neutroid pangender penguin. And how dare you?
People don't identify.
How dare you tell me I can't identify as that? How dare you offend me?
Maybe Piers the penguin.
You see how it works, Benjamin? Look, there I am. That's me as a penguin.
You see how it gets to a point where people can make it ridiculous?
Well, only if they want to make it ridiculous. Common sense says that these are different
Common sense, Benjamin?
Different genders.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to bring common sense into this identity discussion? No.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's too late for that.
Yeah, okay, so that show was Good Morning Britain that he was on. And the other show was a different show,
we got more of
But anyway,
Piers is a penguin.
Just awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's a two-spirit penguin.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Gender.
What else
Why do you think Piers is so offensive?
Well, I think the way that Piers talks about non-binary people is that you mock them, you make fun of them, you use them as entertainment, you use the lives of real people in this country, a vulnerable minority, as something to make fun of and get a reaction.
Well, be specific.
Well, when you claim that you're a two-spirit penguin...
Yeah, but you know why I did that? If literally you can now identify in 100 different ways your gender, including two-spirit person and all this other stuff, then I'm entitled to identify as a two-spirit penguin. And what's interesting is you want me to respect all those 100 genders, however ludicrous some of them are, but you have zero respect for my right to identify myself in any way I see fit. So in other words, it's one rule for you. You say everyone's entitled to say they can be whatever they want. But the moment I decide that I want to be a two-spirit penguin, you go absolutely nuts and want to control how I self-identify.
That's not how it works.
That is the point I'm making.
I
just love it. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yes.
That's good stuff. I mean, the argument might be clearly you don't really identify as a two-spirit penguin.
How dare you?
Right?
How dare you?
How dare you?
I want to see you dress in a tuxedo then every single day and waddle around this studio, okay? Like you have two wings that don't really work.
I mean, you get half of that every day.
Wow. Which part? The waddling around the studio?
What? He comes in here in a tuxedo every day.
Yeah.
What are you?
Okay. That's amazing stuff, though. I mean, 100 different genders you can identify as, but again, you can't be a penguin.
No.
I mean, there are people who have identified as animals already,
Absolutely.
and we were told that's perfectly
We're
acceptable.
supposed to accept it.
If they want to be a dog, they can be a dog. Well, if you can be a dog, you can certainly be a two-spirit penguin. Can you not? I don't see why not.
Well, yes. I mean, that's the argument, right? I mean, that's the exact argument.
Yes. And but presented with that reality, that's
you're
ridiculous.
taking it to the extreme.
Yeah, how dare you? Okay, all right, I got it. So Arnold Schwarzenegger filling potholes that apparently aren't potholes.
Oh no!
We even have a video of him.
Look at that.
Filling this up. Apparently there was a hole in the road.
Yeah, see, you gotta fill it in.
And Arnold and his team went to work on it.
They're gonna fill it up. Gosh darn it!
It might be a pothole. Look at that. There he is.
There he is.
Screw your pothole.
When we see a problem, we just do something about it.
Something about it. Oh, she's thanking him.
This is crazy. For 3 weeks I've been waiting for this hole to be closed. And,
3 weeks? Oh, come on.
Yeah, really.
We've been waiting for holes to be filled for months or years at a time.
Not the first time he's filled up the wrong. Oh, never mind.
Thank you.
There we go. So look at that. They filled it up. Look, he's a good citizen, Pat. He's taking care of the neighborhood there, and
good for him.
So what's the problem? What do you mean you shouldn't have done this?
It was apparently not a pothole.
Is that right?
It was not.
Yeah.
What a dummy.
No, it was not. It belonged to the state gas company.
The city of L.A. Came in and said, this location is not a pothole. It's a service trench that relates to active, permitted work being performed at the location by SoCal Gas, who expects the work to be completed by the end of May. Well, why didn't you tell him that then? When he was asked, didn't he call and say, hey,
you would think so, right? He said he'd been waiting for it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. He? Okay. Was there not a cone or some sort of?
There should have been.
Yeah,
there should have been.
Because I mean, you can see those trenches when they're doing that work, and it's those. I don't doubt that some cars got messed up, especially if it wasn't blocked off.
Flat tires, you ruin your suspension. I mean, there's all kinds of.
Screw your suspension.
Screw your suspension. And by the way, as long as we're giving credit to Ana Kasparian and what she's been saying on the Young Turks, Pathead Gabriel Etzel just sent me this note that apparently last night Anna, condemned the quote. She's talking about how Riley Gaines was treated at San Francisco State. She called it incredibly counterproductive what happened to her for anyone who actually gives a damn about transgender rights in this country.
Thank you.
I mean, this
nice.
What is happening over there with her?
Wow.
Welcome aboard.
I will say the San Francisco State president
Right.
took that on and said, that it was despicable and it was disturbing and it was traumatic. For the trans community.
Right, for the trans community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Greatly
Not Riley Gaines, who was the one who was attacked, of course.
Literally physically attacked.
And had to hide out in a classroom, locked herself in a classroom for 3 hours. But it was traumatic, for the trans community.
Trans community.
That's so, man, I'm glad. Are they okay now? Are they all right?
I don't know.
Can you ever recover from having someone
probably not.
say, hey, women should be in women's sports and men should be in men's sports?
And that's what she's saying again, by the way. She's not saying, hey, you shouldn't be trans. She's not saying, hey, you shouldn't say that you're a woman when you're a man.
Right.
She's not saying any of that. She's saying don't compete against women. Okay? Find your own category, your own trans category, like some of these sports leagues have done, and created a separate category for them, which I think that'd be great. Go ahead. Compete in the trans category.
They don't want that. No, they don't want
that.
But there's no advantage. That's why so many women who transition to be men compete against men in men's sports.
Right, you see that.
That's why you see that everywhere. And just watch them dominate the men. The biological men, because they can't compete with the biological females who identify as men. So, yeah, but there's no difference.
No difference,
right? There's no physical advantage to being a man when you're talking about sports. There's no advantage. Leah Thomas taught us that a long time ago, that there's just no advantage at all whatsoever. All right. We have a fun video from John Kirby.
John Kirby, let's throw that up there real quick.
Let's throw the John Kirby on Afghanistan's withdrawal.
And so for all this talk of chaos, I just didn't see it. Not from my perch. At one point during the evacuation, there was an aircraft taking off full of people, Americans and Afghans alike, every 48 minutes. And not one single mission was missed. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I just don't buy the whole argument of chaos.
That's nicely done. With the chaos going on behind him.
Oh, John was definitely watching from a different perch.
It's so good. All right, we'll have a great weekend. Don't forget your taxes are due on Tuesday.
Ugh.
Okay, not tomorrow because it's a Saturday, but they're due on Tuesday, which really sucks. And we'll see you on Monday on Pat Gray Unleashed. Oh, plus overtime coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.